Hello, as we celebrate our holidays. It's over a week long. It's not just one day because we have so much family and um, yeah. But I did want to say that, after being on Slavery is Not an Option site, it really opened my eyes to what's going on around the world. And it's very, very sad that, we have to go through these things at all. I mean, settling and bidding people like they're animals, slaves. It's just horrible. The African people are coming for a better life because they're being tricked on the internet with all these great pictures like so many others have, thinking, oh, it's such a beautiful situation. They get over there and they're selling them. For years, Libya has been denying the fact that there's been slavery. And it was CNN who actually broke the news, who actually caught them on camera selling them like animals for $400. I mean, $400, a human life. And the pictures are so disgusting. 3,000 dead just trying to get here by boat. And they think they come for a better life. The women are being raped and tortured. The men are sold as slaves. The only time they can leave is to go to work. And they're guarded by armed guards. They whip them, they beat them. When I saw the back of that man's back, I was in tears. I mean, they beat him to the red meat. It was just the most tragic thing I've seen in a very long time. America, please, please, please help these people. Let's get them back. Let's ask, let's message, let's email, not just Trump, but all the billionaires here in America. They could make a difference by getting airplane tickets for these people. Then after that, go after money, their money, because we know they'll get their money back from Libya. Libya deserves to pay reparations. They lied, they cheated, and they owned people. And you have to watch that CNN video, November 14th at 4:36. It is the most disturbing video. Some of the pictures are, be prepared to cry, because some of the pictures that, some of them aren't even on that page. They're just all the way around. I mean, I don't even know how anyone would sell anyone. It's just a disgrace to the human race. We know that it injures people for generations. These people are trying to get home. Their family members have even been called to send money so that they could be freed, and then they were not freed. They still had to pay off their debt. Some of them were let go after they worked. Some of them were not alive. They were just being extorted. The exploitation, the trafficking, the unhuman slavery is just tragic. NATO has stepped up and stated they are going to use, thanks to, I want to make sure I'm giving credit where credit is due, a France president actually stating, he's got the highest position for refugees, and he said, this is not going to work. We're going to do military action. Well, I want them to do military action, and I want them to get people back to their homes. And not only do we need to do that, we need to educate the communities that are in remote villages that don't have maybe the best of the best life. We need to show the African people. I mean, they have Somalians, they have Leo Saline, they have Nigerians, there's so many different tribes or groups that they need to be educated on the reality of Libya. I remember meeting some African individuals and what they thought of American black people, and We just had a really good talk, and I remember them telling me the dream about Libya. Libya was the dream place. They said that Libya, you could get free money, your kid can go to school for free, everybody's promised a house. I mean, these are some issues that need to be addressed because people are dying. They're dying right now. That 3,000 number that you see that died in the boats, that's just what we know about. I'm sure there were more. Please, people, wake up. Please get these people help. There's a soccer player, well, they call it football, I'm sorry. There's a football player overseas who rented out an entire plane to bring people back to their country. That's class, and we need more people to step up. I know America's tired of helping people because we need help right here in the backyards of so many people. But this tragedy is so disgusting to see this. You will want America to step in. NATO, Libya basically tricked NATO. They tricked EU. They just totally lied, outright lied, and stated there was none over and over again, even in 2015. There's documents that go all the way back. How can you lie to the actual NATO? How is that possible? And you just get away with it? That's not how it works. There needs to be all kinds of sanctions. They need to pay reparations to these slaves. They need to do all kinds of things, pay people back for the money that they spent trying to get them home. And then not only that, they need to be the ones responsible for paying for the education that we give those fellow Africans, explaining to them the real world of Libya and what it was and what it is so that they don't continue to keep coming there. Everyone wants a better life. We all trace that dream, but some of them go through hell and high water to get that. And then when they get there, it's not what you think. Yes, there are sex trafficking cases right here in America that need to be fixed, but this is of dire urgency right now. We need people to come together to help. This isn't about a Republican or Democrat issue. This is a human rights, civil rights issue. Human rights, people. All you have to do is have a heart and compassion to actually care. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what background you come from. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. We need a solution, and we need one now. No money. You just need to buy tickets, airplane tickets. We need to get these people out. Send it to NATO. They don't want to do it, which is totally ridiculous because Libya, this is an unbelievable violation of treaty. It's a violation. It's a human rights violation. We need to hold them accountable. It needs to be swift, and it needs to be now. I did see 3 weeks ago where CNN said that they're planning. They're tired of trying to work things out. I don't understand what there's to work out. I mean, you go in, you get these humans, and you send them back. And then, they say, well, they're going to keep coming. We need to educate them not to go to Libya because this is what happens to them. And a lot of them don't know. They go on rumors and beliefs, and it's just not fair. We don't want them to go to a better life, and then they're not a better life. It's actual slavery. $400 they sold them black men. $400 so that they can work. They don't get paid. They don't barely get any food. A lot of them have died. They hung one man like they hung Christianity's Jesus Christ. They hung him on a cross. There's pictures there. Slavery is not an option. Please go there and look because there are pictures. There are T.I., T.D. Jakes. I mean, I'm sure I'm leaving out so many people who have brought awareness to this issue. I remember I brought awareness to the issue a while back. It's still going on. We have to keep this in the forefront. I know it's the holiday season. Everyone's trying to finish their shopping. Please take a minute to pray for the people who are suffering, the women and the children that are being raped and just mutilated. It's disgraceful. They are saying that regular people can go there and rescue, but that's a very dangerous thing to do. But I know that if my loved one was there, I probably would just do the same thing. Well, think about that, guys. Think about that. The least you could do, you can't go over there, but maybe you can send $5 for a ticket. We have all these billionaires. We just passed this massive tax deal. We should use some of the money to bring those people back to their country. Please. Please. I know that's asking a lot. I know Americans need to say, hey, I know, take care of home, because we have a lot of issues right here in America that need to be addressed. But when you see the images and the pictures and stories, it's going to make you cry. I think that education is very important. Sitting down when I had that meeting, we had a meeting. It wasn't really a meeting. It was learning about other cultures and their beliefs. Some of their beliefs are distorted, but that's what people are telling them. Some of our beliefs were distorted. I thought all Africans lived in a hut. I'm so ashamed of that thought, but that's what I was told by. I just went on Geographic Channel. That's it. Girls don't wear shirts. Oh my gosh, when I saw the pictures of these beautiful African women, their homes, their cars, not every single place, no. There are villages, okay? I'm not stating that every place is perfect, because they're not. And there's a lot of tribes that are just kind of like in the United States, where you have different gangs, but it's kind of, I guess that would be the best way to relate it, where you wouldn't trust that person because they're with that set or stuff like that. I think education, just learning, there are people that are taught that all black people here are on welfare and lazy. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. My dad worked his butt off every single day to give us the best life possible. He worked. He had morals and values. One of the biggest things he taught our family was, you buy American. That was a big thing back then. The baby boom generation had a different outlook on things. Some things stay with you and some don't. Like if I see someone protesting, I'm always going to blow my horn. I know that seems simple to some people, but that's how I was raised. And there is no other way than that. There are values that you can instill in your children to keep things going. Please do those values, those morals, whatever you believe. As long as you're not out hurting another person, that's your belief, then that's your belief. Our American society, right now has been in an uproar for quite some time, longer than it should. The racism is very much wide open. Hate crimes are up. And that part is very sad. But I know as American country, when things get better, Americans will do better. They will either, I'm not sure if they're going to go hide in a closet or what they're going to do, but I learned a lot in just a year. Or since Trump's been in president, sometimes I think people, they close their eyes. And I'm not blaming everything on Trump, because some of these issues were long before Trump came into office. He didn't just start all of these issues. But he does have a big part in what he needs to say as a leader of the free country. We're supposed to be the world leader. Then you have to sometimes go against maybe what your beliefs are and support all Americans and try and figure out a solution that's best for all Americans. And that's a very difficult thing to do, because there's always going to be someone mad. But at the same time, Trump, you needed to meet with the African community, the African American community, the Black community, Hispanic. There's a lot of issues that are not being addressed. We need reform Judicial reform is a must. Netherlands probably has one of the best systems in the world. They don't have any prisoners. They're begging for prisoners. They don't have any. They have maybe like 10 or something like that. We need to model. We need change. It's not about always just locking people up. Yes, there are criminals that should be in jail. There's no question about that. But there are also innocent people. When innocent people go to jail, that turns them, that changes them forever. We have to make sure things are right. And we have to give people second chances, which means Americans have to open their heart into hiring people who have made mistakes in their life. Because if you don't hire them, someone else is going to make sure that their family is fed. And that might be a person who is not doing the right thing. I mean, think about it if it's your child. Even if you're rich, you can understand that. Yes, hard work is important until you can't work anymore. I do believe that. At the same time, there's a lot of people that don't have the opportunities. Maybe they made a mistake when they were younger. Maybe they just have medical issues or mental health issues. You don't just throw them away. Value them. Make them feel wanted. Make them feel loved. We have to have medical coverage. Everywhere in the countries, all these other countries have medical coverage. America is supposed to be the best. I get that. Okay, I get that. But we also have to be reasonable. We need affordable health care.